The budget battle and the impact on your neighborhood. Shrinking city coffers means job cuts, hiring freezes, even closing Grand Rapids City Hall for a few weeks.
Big changes you may start to notice in the coming weeks, months, and some fear years. 24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey is live at City Hall now with what we can expect. Joe?
Yeah, so you know, the public safety is the biggest chunk of the city budget, and those agencies that are under that umbrella have seen their fair share of cuts over the years. They'll see more in the future, but so far most of those cuts have been kind of contained in-house. The public hasn't really noticed those cuts all that much. That'll soon change.
After years of squeezing more work out of less people, the chiefs of the city's police and fire departments say the public will start to feel the effects soon.
The cuts that we're making now, as you've heard, they're no longer ones that are going to go unnoticed. We're starting to have things that are going to start impacting service.
Belk is cutting over $870,000 from this year's budget alone, which will also include the elimination of 3 more positions. There are 67 less people wearing a GRPD uniform than back in 2002. That's a 14% reduction. Belk says the biggest impact will be on crime prevention.
You know, when you get low enough, you just have enough people to respond to the 911, the other calls for service. So that's our fear as we get to that level, that we can't be proactive in our neighborhoods to try to prevent some of the crimes.
In the fire department, an additional $725,000 has been cut this year. Firefighting force has been reduced by 41 since 2002. That's a 15% cut. While fires are down, the number of medical calls answered by the department has increased. Taking firefighters off apparatus and putting them in medical response SUVs has helped the department cut overtime costs and wear and tear on larger, more expensive fire engines. But it's also left 2 city firehouses, one on the south side, one on the north side, with fire engines staffed on a part-time basis.
I've kept all the stations open, and I'm not sure if that's going to be the case in the future, and I surely don't want to be a part of that.
Fire Chief John Van Salkema announced his retirement during the meeting, expressing frustration with the reductions. Van Salkema says so far firefighter injuries haven't increased, but he's afraid it's just a matter of time before that luck runs out.
Down the road, obviously, if you have less people responding or you have less people on the scene by themselves longer, you know, something is more apt to happen.
Now, so far, all of those cuts in public safety and the police and fire departments have been through attrition, through people leaving the department or retiring from the department. They haven't had to lay off anybody yet. But keep in mind, this fall, they are not promising anything but some of the other jobs here at City Hall that will be cut. Those may include some layoffs. They haven't seen layoffs here at City Hall for quite a long time. So will this be it for the cuts? That's a question that keeps coming up. But everybody I talk to here at City Hall says they just won't predict that because this has been such an unpredictable economic turn. All of what's happening from one day to the next, they just don't know how to guess at what may happen next. So nobody's saying that this is it. So stay tuned. Back to you.